Hey everyone, today was a killer day across the accounts. We pulled out $1,375. Now that's across two PA accounts and one challenge account. Um, but the plan is to just keep stacking the PA accounts until we get maxed out 20 and $100 times 20 accounts. That's a lot of money. So I'm not too worried about making big home runs. So let's break down the trade today. So let's get into the charts. So right off the bat, I know this week has been a choppy week. I've had some wins, some losses, some small wins, and I was sitting around -$40 for the week. And I last week I ended up in the red. I think it was down like $60. So minimize the losses as much as possible. Basically break even, right? Um, but today, finally, one day, the system played out and we were able to take away not only our losses all week, but as well as cover the loss that we ended up with last week. So now we're back in the green for the month and we're ready to rock and roll. But so I knew it was choppy and I knew that was where my losses were coming from the past 2 weeks, right? We ranged, it would run and go right back to the range. So my type of trending strategy doesn't really work that well in these type of conditions. So what I had to do was change the rules a little bit and figure out how to adapt to this type of market. Well, one thing I did, I changed the settings in the indicator. So instead of the 5 minute higher time frame, I was going all the way to the 15 minute higher time frame for the higher trend trade, and that way we're trading off the 15 minute trend, not the 5 minute trend, just in case it would flip, but it was really just chop. So we want to make sure we're pulling a higher time frame in this chopping period. And then I noticed the biggest move, even when we do chop, was that morning 15 minutes, like the initial range. So I wanted to get to the charts before and get ready to trade. Now I should have been here right at market open, which I was like just after like 6:32. I just wasn't recording until I was like, all right, I'm going to take a trade. I better start recording. So you can see right away that first trade, we got $52 on the challenge or the PA accounts and then 157 on the challenge account. So the challenge account's growing pretty good. And I was happy here. I was like, okay, we're finally green on the week a little bit. We're not going to end in the red. I was debating on if I should get off the charts, but this is where I was thinking to myself, like, we're finally broke structure. We had that pullback. It was into that blue box, which was a fair value gap. We're below the VWAP. And I was like, I'm taking this sell. We're setting up right here. Got in a little early because I thought it was just going to run again. But right here is another setup. So it's doing a bear flag right now. It's forming. So as soon as we get some downward momentum, that could have been an entry as well. But I got in early on just the fact that we rejected off that fair value gap. So I know that was a valid pullback. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So I took this trade. Now you can see I'm taking 2 contracts off as the first partial because I want to be a little more aggressive, making sure we're pulling profits out of the market and minimizing risk because, again, it's been choppy weeks and I've been losing. I've been in the red. Last week was a red week for who knows how long. So it hurt. Like I was like, I can't trade right now. What is going on? Did some back testing through the weeks of the choppiness. Figured out a solution of what I'm going to tweak to the system. And it played out very well today. I'm glad I made those tweaks. And here it was kind of like, all right, well, it's holding the line. It's probably going to flip on me, but we got our partial and we got out at break even. That's why I was really aggressive on the stop loss, making sure we're straight to break even. Do not want to take a loss, but so, Anyways, that was a good trade. We're up 107 now. So now we're looking good on the week. We're green. And now we can start working on last week. I think with this $100 right here, I was literally at break even for the month. So green on this week, break even for the month. So I was pretty happy right here. And that is why I jumped. Well, you can see I re-entered in on that trade, first of all, off camera. Took a nice sell, almost timed the bottom, got the partials, and then trailed that stop loss. Super aggressive to trap that in. But price literally chopped back. So you can see we're at $155 right now. Got to trade the PM session. It's part of the system. It's what I've been testing. So I shouldn't just trade and walk away. And you'll see it's a good thing I did stick to the system, because if I just was happy with the AM session and just took that money, I would have missed out on these winning trades, which helps cover losses. So if you do go through a losing streak, you have a cushion, right? So I'm glad I stuck to my rules, trading AM and PM session. And we're looking to sell off again. Look at the price action. It swung down, up, up. And then we started going down again, still under the VWAP. So main bias is still bearish. I'm still thinking we're selling off right now. So that is why I'm getting ready for this sell right here. I like how it was consolidating, do a little bear flag, and then maybe we're getting that push down, which is what I was looking for. And you're going to see me tweak the settings. So that orange section right there, once I flip, when I fine tune the higher time frame, it does indeed turn red. And that was what I was talking about, is adjusting for choppy sessions. We need to make sure we're not being so like just switching back and forth, right? If it's the higher time frame trend, we still want to make sure that we're still in the higher time frame trend. So right here, it wasn't showing red, right? That's why adjusting the settings for chop. But mentally, I already knew that would have been red without the setting change. So I'm looking for that sell. Like I said, bear flag was forming. That down close candle looked pretty good. I should have entered the candle before, but on my other monitor, I was typing a message. So I get in, pretty sure right here. Yep, there we go. So mark out 3-to-1, get that 3 reward versus that 1 risk, and then try to get that 1 risk off the table as quick as possible. And like my motto is over here, whatever the profit is, the profit will be. I don't want to lose money, so let's make our losses as small as possible. And when we do get a nice runner, a big win, something like this trade right here that played out pretty well, we capitalize as much profit as possible as we can. So I should be speeding up the time in a second, but that was the biggest message I wanted to kind of give you all in this little pep talk / trade reviews, is that no system is bulletproof for every market condition. I mean, I guess the only one you could say is buy and hold an index fund, and hopefully by the time you do want to sell it, it's not a recession, because you'll be up, right? So you still need a system that's going to work for you. So figure out that main system, and when it's not working, and you'll know when it's not working because you go through consecutive losses in a row. Maybe you're struggling for a week, almost 2 weeks like this. This literally was last week until the last day on the week, this current week. So almost 2 full weeks. The main rules were not working, and it's because the market was chopping. So now I'm working in rules that say if the market condition is like this, this is how we're going to trade for that time until we start getting nice trending days again. And that's only going to come with time. That's only going to come with practice. And like I said, I spent back testing the last 2 weeks of data with the rules and just tweaking them a little bit, seeing what worked through the chop better. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work every time through the chop, but you could see once I worked all that all out, we did have a nice day finally, and it really wasn't the best trending day. I mean, look at the price from this morning. It's just in this range still. We're just adapting to the range and trying to trade within it. So you can see right here, I finally adjust the settings to what I was kind of envisioning in my head anyways. I just needed to change the settings to make sure the super trend follows it. So you can see it flipped to red now. I'm resetting up just the smoothness, the level, all that. So price ran pretty well, and then watch what happens here. We almost got to that the weekly low right there, and I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but I trailed that aggressively. Now price does run a little bit more, but it has a really big pullback, and like I said, I'm just trying to manage risk, get as much profit as I can, and it is pulling back, but basically timed it the best I could and got out. Look at that, 275 up on each PA account with 825 on the challenge account. So the challenge account, if we do one more day like that, then we pass that, and that's another PA account, and that's 3 total. So hopefully next week's better week with better trending days, but let's test this new system. I'm going to back test it some more, see if it plays out good. Just go back into other choppy days and yeah, get the data and keep improving. You got to be in this for the long run. And if you do want that indicator, link down below as always. Get access to that and some videos of me explaining the system, plus some other trading knowledge. So you'll get all that in one bundle. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Click that thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.